If there is one subgenre that should be bigger than it is, it's Western horror, or in this case in particular, the vampire Western. Now I know what you're thinking, epic desert scenes, gunfights at noon, those don't really play well for a vampire film. John Carpenter's Vampires is probably one of the most well known. Then there's Near Dark and Billy the Kid vs. Dracula, but one that slips under everybody's radar is Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. Directed by Anthony Hickox and starring David Carradine and Bruce Campbell, Sundown was released on VHS in 1991. The only public screenings of this movie were at a couple of film festivals. Under the leadership of their ancient and powerful leader, Martelok, played by David Carradine, a colony of vampires has stopped feeding off of humans and seek a peaceful life in the desert town of Purgatory. The key to this is the town's artificial blood-making facility and has begun to malfunction. This stuff is basically True Blood, but on a much, much smaller scale. Martelok summons the human designer of the plant, who brings his wife and 2 young daughters along for what he thinks would just be a pleasant desert vacation. Thinking his artificial blood is saving lives, he is completely unaware the town is overran by vampires feeding off of the substitute. Ethan Jefferson, played by John Ireland, thinks vampires shouldn't try to live with the humans, they should only feed off of them. Soon the plant manager and his family are caught up in a civil war as Jefferson ignites a revolution. In the midst of all of this, bumbling vampire hunter Robert Van Helsing, played by Bruce Campbell, arrives in Purgatory with the intent of killing off all the bloodsuckers. Sundown is a hybrid of many genres, vampire horror, the western, and comedy, but also an homage to the classics that inspired it. The script has fun with the vampire mythology, and while the standards are there, they toss in some twist. For example, the sun isn't that big of a deal anymore thanks to SPF 100 sunscreen. The vampires cover up with sunglasses and big hats or umbrellas. Stakes through the heart still work, but this is a western, and we have to have a shootout, so all guns are armed with wood-tipped bullets. Sundown's a little campy, but still a fun watch. It truly belongs on the same shelf as The Monster Squad, Witches, and The Gate. Filled with great sight gags, goofy monster effects, cheesy stop-motion bats, hilarious performances from pretty much the entire cast, you can't help but have yourself a good time. Check it out.